your thoughts on this game? Obviously, it's a big one, but
yeah, it is. I think it's more meaningful to fans and alumni and the two schools more than it is to actual players on the court. It's what it all boils down to is just either one loss or one win in the Summit League column. I mean, realistically, but we're going to be a little more amped because the crowd's going to be a little more amped and juice are going to be flowing a little bit. But it's going to be a fun game. But you can't let the hype take over what the game is supposed to be, which is go out there and execute good basketball. So I'm excited, but at the same time you have to keep it in perspective, I think.
And how have you guys been able to treat it just like an average game this week?
I think Coach Boots has a lot to do with that. He doesn't really get too involved with the hype and all the media that goes into this game and everything. But I think we feed off that, and a lot of guys aren't really from the state, so they don't really know the rivalry. And it's been 8 years, so it's nothing that anybody can really prepare for because we haven't seen it firsthand or experienced it. So, but once we get there, I think that we'll realize that it's bigger than just the average game.
To that end, you're a South Dakota kid. You probably grew up watching those games or hearing about those games. Do you see that way that you had?
Well, honestly, I was so far west all the time that it was really not a big deal. Most of the media coverage out there deals with Rapid City schools and stuff like that. So it really wasn't that big of a deal to me growing up and everything. I never had a side. I never chose the Jacks or the Yotes or anything. But you hear about it, but you don't really. I've never experienced anything like that. So we'll see.
And how about the success that SDSU's had? They're through the transition now. They've built the program, and obviously you're kind of seeing that now that they're at that level where they can beat those good teams.
Yeah, definitely. They've been in it for how long? We've just been in it for these 4 years, and they're a lot farther along in their process. But I think that we're right there too. I think it's taken them 8 years, and I think we're in the 4th year. So I think we're right there though. They have a little bit of a head start on us about the whole Summit League and knowing what it takes to win in these games. But I think after winning last game and kind of having that in the back of our minds, that seeing what we need to do to compete, I think we're right there.
And how about Nate Walters going against him? Everybody knows a lot about him. He gets all the attention and everything. But how amped up are you for to see him in person now?
Well, obviously he has a lot of freedom in their system. He's got the green light to come down and shoot anytime he wants to, and when you have that kind of confidence and that kind of free reign, you're going to put up big numbers like that sometimes. And obviously he's going to get his shots up, and we just have to contain everybody else on the floor and not let him make those other guys better around the other team. But it'll be a good test. But the Summit League's got some really great guards in it, and every game going into the Summit League, there's a great guard on the other team. So it's nothing new for us really.